Hello friends, welcome back to Everyday Stamping. Today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful autumn tree card using watercolor paper and a water painter. Let's get started. I'm starting with watercolor paper and cutting out the tree trunk, foliage layers, and the deer. I like to secure the dies with Post-it tape so they don't shift. Since watercolor paper is thicker than our regular cardstock, I run it through the machine twice for a clean cut. Next, I'm cutting two arch panels, one from watercolor paper and one from very vanilla cardstock. Carefully remove the die cuts using the Take Your Pick tool and poke out any small leftover bits. I'm placing 1 drop of Mossy Meadow and 1 drop of Cloudy Sky refill ink on a block. With my water painter, I wet the watercolor arch panel lightly, then start with a light wash of blue for the sky and green for the field. I'll add layers to build shading and depth as it dries. Now let's bring the die cuts to life. For the tree foliage, I'm blending crushed curry at the top, then adding Cajun craze and Mossy Meadow for that warm autumn look. Blending while the paper is damp gives soft, natural transitions. It's such a fun way to blend colors and create dimension with die cuts. For the trunk and branches, I'm using early espresso, starting with a light wash and then building up shading. For the deer, I'm also using early espresso, diluted for a softer brown coat. This is where watercolor paper really shines. It lets you layer and blend beautifully. For the sentiment, I stamped "You're Simply the Best" in Versamark ink on Cloudy Sky cardstock. I sprinkled on white embossing powder and melted it with the heat tool. Then I cut it out with a stitch circle die. Now let's put everything together. Fold a piece of Cloudy Sky cardstock in half to create the card base. Adhere the watercolored arch background to the front with liquid glue. Attach the tree trunk, then layer the leaves on top with mini dimensionals for depth. I just love how the watercoloring brings the die cuts to life and gives this card so much dimension. I hope you'll give this technique a try. Add the grass and tuck the 2 deer along the bottom of the scene. Behind the circle sentiment, I tucked in a little piece of irregular weave trim for texture, then popped the sentiment up with dimensionals. Finally, I added a few 2025-2027 in color flat pearls for a touch of shine. For the inside, I used the very vanilla arch panel and stamped a sentiment, the deer, and a few rocks with Cloudy Sky ink. Then I adhered it to the inside of the card for a coordinated finish. And that's it. Our watercolor autumn tree card is complete. And leave a comment for a free PDF instruction sheet. Thanks so much for stamping with me today. See you next time.